Oh, oh. Book, 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 book.
If you're like me, and I know I am, you like plastic models. Otherwise, why would you be watching this video? Unless you like my hairy arms or something, in which case, go away. Anyhow, this is made by Model Art Magazine. Isn't that nice? Get rid of that bookmark. That was just a receipt I was using for a bookmark. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Model Art makes these really cool magazine books, or mooks for short. Alright, so this just came out April 10th of 2025. Okay, so Hikoki Moke. So this is methods, like modeling methods for doing jet fighters. So, I mean, this is the general word for airplanes, but I didn't see anything that's not a jet fighter in here. Now, they have done other ones for, like, you know, like World War II models and stuff like that, right? Spitfires and Zeros and whatnot. So, anyhow, this is more modern aircraft. Not all modern now. I mean, there's some kind of old stuff in here. So let's just take a look here. So yeah, again, this is put out by Model Art Magazine. Table of contents, the big, you know, F-35 Lightnings. Lots of people are building those. So check the technique. Cut parts, polishing the parts, carving the lines, gluing the parts, painting, aging, weathering, applying the decals. Look, it's even in English. Isn't that great? Yeah. Oh, look, this is the kind of stuff I've been doing, right? Okay, we're gonna get to that. So, koraku suru know-how. So the way of going about doing things, know-how, and so you know it talks about, you know, step 1, do the cockpit. Step 2, do the intake. Step 3, do your engines and stuff, and you know, your body, engine nose, the main wings and such, and the underneath stuff, etc., etc. Okay, well, you know how it goes. So, talking about painting methods and such down here, and okay, so it's talking about, like, you know, can you tell the difference between, you know, if you have a black base or not. So you can tell here, this is probably has the black base and this one does not, right? These two Phantom kits here. And so for example, you got this this modeling and such, and here you can see this Tomcat has the same way. And then this is like the panel lines and stuff. Actually, that's pretty cool looking. Kind of similar to what I was kind of doing, and I haven't finished that Academy Doyusha Tomcat yet. But look at those engine nozzles. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. That is totally beautiful. So this is a Great Wall Hobby 48 scale F15E. Man, that is nice. That is super nice. And so yeah, this is really cool book. It'll take a while to translate this stuff, or you know, if you buy this, you can use a smartphone. It's pretty wild, but it works for the most part. I mean, it kind of gives you the gist, at least. So anyhow, this is for example, you got this this canopy here on the runner, and oh no, you got that molding line goes across here. So scratch it off with 400, and then, you know, work your way up to 1500, and now you got 2000, and you're using these Tamiya sanding sponges. 3000. Tamiya goes up to 3000, and then from here, these are I recognize, yeah, these are God hands. 4000, 6000, 8000, 10,000, right? So not all are like that, of course. You know, those Tomcats are kind of like that. Macross Valkyries are like that. This is talking about painting and such, and what it looks like before and after a clear coat. So you kind of like see that the top one is with the clear coat, and this is like just the original color. So I don't know, I guess that's maybe a somewhat glossy clear coat, I guess. I don't know. So now here it's talking about doing panel lines and such. Check out this Phantom. This is just really incredible. That is just incredible. That wild digital camouflage scheme, that green camo scheme here. So I was talking about using decal adhesive. I use this for old decals that have kind of lost their stickiness. So I don't. What Tenkazai ri no decal no ri o shio. Okay, so it's got like the movability, right? Tenkazai, that would be like the ingredient inside it that would help it to slide around a little bit. That's what the decal adhesive comes with. I got this other stuff by, I think it's Haikyuu Parts or something like that. It's just called a decal fixer, but anyhow, so I was talking about doing a acrylic flat clear with Mr. Hobby Aqueous, which is really nice flat clear, and also a gloss clear too. Actually, it dries hard. It's really nice. So making aircraft models. Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is Hasegawa F-18 Hornet, and this is an American Hornet. It's a pretty painting scheme here, right? So yeah, neat stuff here. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, okay, it comes with these decals here. Isn't that great? So now I've never built a F-18 Hornet, but actually after watching the Top Gun Maverick, kind of made me want to. But oh well, I'm still stuck on Tomcats. So what are we doing with the seats here? Legacy Hornets. What's a Legacy Hornet? I don't know what that even is, really. I don't know. Yeah, see right here. 48 scale Legacy Hornet. Comparison two kits instead of comparing two kits. So this is a kinetic Legacy Hornet in 48 scale versus a Hasegawa Legacy Hornet. I'm not sure what that means, but whatever. Apparently the Hasegawa, they have a photo etch for that kit, and this looks like this is like pewter landing gear, maybe. I don't know. Look at that Vader. Somebody likes Star Wars. Look at that. This is so cool. This is the Japanese aggressor group. So that's always a F-15 DJ. Pretty cool. That tiger scheme is really striking, and really nice color variations going on here. I like that. I like that a lot. So it talks about what they use. So you got orange, yellow, red, NATO brown. This is all lacquer paints, and apparently these are the decal sheet that they used. Metal panel decal set. I don't know what that's about. I've never seen that before. Metallism. That is really cool. So, you're talking about how they blew it up. The instruction manual, I think it was like 115%. What? Page number 3 here. 141%. They made a photocopy, then they laid it down and they used it as a stencil. I don't know how they did that though. They must have used some sort of sticky tape or something to keep it on the plane. I don't know. But end result though, that is really cool. Tony the Tiger. That's cool. Alright, F-35. So to use solid paints or metallic paints? Gee. So silver mix versus a silver base. Interesting. So I guess painting it silver first and then doing the color, and then this is the color plus silver, I imagine. Yeah, mixing it together, right, Masaru? So look at all these different paints, I don't know if you use, okay, yeah, these are stealth colors apparently. So, yeah. Okay. F-35C, this is a Tamiya 48 scale, it's an expensive kit. I'm not a huge fan, but I love how intricately detailed all of the mess of wires and stuff is in there. That is just so cool. That is so cool. Alright, let's skip ahead here. That is pretty science fiction-y, to be sure. And what is this? Japanese? Yeah, this is a Japanese one. Yeah, you see that? Okay, so intricate masking, man. Look at that. Golly. It's one of the main reasons why I don't want to build one of these things. Okay, F-16 CJ Fighting Falcon. Have glass? I don't know. So, alright, so here's your model. Who makes this stuff? Mottle, as in M-O-T-T-L-E. I forget, I have a set of this, right? I remember, like, that scratch thing, I have this. I forget who makes it, though. And, of course, you got the digital style. That's really cool. Hitsuki Mushi, this is like the sticky tack. You've seen me using this in my builds. So you get like the general outline and you fill it in with masking and such. So F-14 Tomcat, this is the Academy, right? So my Doyusha is reboxing of the Academy, right? So, oh man, look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So this is the Jolly Rogers. This is a F-14B Tomcat. The one I have is the F-14A. And like, look at the texture on these. I guess these are bombs. I can't remember. And they show how they do that. I guess later. So it's talking about doing like these little pinpoints with the black. And then you cover it up with white, and then you smooth it out. Doing this on the bottom. Oh, and it says like here, it says intentionally kind of leaving some of the black behind, right? And for the tops, this is what you do, and I'm really glad they assembled it like this. This means I can do that, because I have not yet assembled my wings, and I'm just hoping that they're gonna fit on there. And it looks like that's what they did here, so I'm glad. Very relieved. Very relieved. So, here they're masking this off and then painting the scrapes. Scrapies. And here, this is what I was talking about. So it says 9. GBU-12 laser bombs? That's what those are. So you're going to use Mr. Surfacer 1200, and you're going to be using the brush. So you see, that's what they're doing right here. So they got this Mr. Servicer 1200, and they got a beat up old brush, and they're just kind of like dabbing it on. And then that's the texture you get. Okay. So now this is a A6A Intruder by Trumpeter, 72nd scale. And this was a Vietnam War. I think I read the book, Flight of the Intruder. I saw the movie. Gosh, I can't remember if I read the book or not. God, I'm getting old, man. I can't remember crap anymore. I feel stupid. Okay, so don't think so. Yeah, again, they're just modeling the undercoat, right? So then when you do the overcoat, you got that nice worn look. This is a F111 Aardvark by Hasegawa, 1/72nd scale. I can't remember if this kit has raised panel lines or not. I think it's kind of an older kit. I think it might. I don't know. But doesn't the Aardvark have the variable wings? Don't they sweep back? I can't remember. So look at that. They're like sprucing up the tires there. That's pretty wild. Wouldn't expect that. So yeah, so doing the camouflage for this here. And now this stencil here, they just kind of cut that out by themselves. That's a good idea. And this says here, they just use regular paper, but I would probably use like thicker paper, like construction paper. So this is interesting here. So what they did there, they just kind of like sprayed it very lightly with a white color, and they evened it out by sanding it. So what number 4 here? They use a 2000 grit sponge, sanding sponge, to even it out, and that's what you see there. That's, gosh, I mean, I don't know. I would go very lightly if I was doing that. Holbein, yeah, this stuff I have seen this in person. I'm glad to see that you can use that for doing washes, enamel washes. So they said that they use this flat blue for doing the panel lines on the blue parts, and they have this neutral gray for the white parts. So, and by the way, this is the old blue Impulse. Alright, so this is a F86F Saber, and they have Hasegawa versus the Fujimi kits. So the Fujimi is 72nd, Hasegawa is 48 scale, right? So, and look, they're using a Gundam marker actually on those panel lines, wiping off the excess with probably what Suisei Fukitori type probe tissue. Oh, okay. Well, they're just using a tissue. I don't know if they're using any alcohol or not. Maybe I would. I mean, whatever. So, Thunderbirds are go. And this is Fine Mold's Phantom here. Okay, I really like the detailing that they did on that. That is really awesome looking. So, modify your kit with a whole bunch of wires. That's a good idea, right? Because the back actually looks like that. It looks all weird and crazy inside there. Looks like they're modifying with wire, right? The landing gears. That's pretty cool. I kind of enjoy doing that myself. Kamimura Akihiro's modeling room. Just shows this guy setting how he's got his modeling setup going. I'm not familiar with this builder. I don't think I've seen his name before. I don't know. Probably he's got a bunch of... Looks like he's got some books there and crap. Alright, so anyhow, enough of that. Comparing two kits, the F4 Phantom. Okay, so this is the 9 so that would be the 72nd scale. So we are comparing the fine molds to the Hasegawa. And I have fine molds, and the inside is really nice. Look at that, the inside of the engine cans. On the Hasegawa, unfortunately, there's no detail. And you can get the Edward, the photo etch that wraps around inside there. Just don't use CA glue like I did. You probably want to use regular white glue instead, right? Or you can use this micro crystal clear to set that in place and let it dry very slowly. It'll be a lot easier to work with. Now, the really cool thing, or one of the cool things about building the fine molds Phantom is that here on top here, right, you got this little separate part that just sticks on top, and that way you're not going to lose detail. However, the Hasegawa kit, I mean, it is a older tooling, granted, of course. It comes in two halves, and when you sand away that seam line, you're going to lose detail. And there, like, I have some 3D printed templates that you put on there, and then you can rescribe and all that. But this one, it's easy, piece of cake. Also, you'll notice here that the landing gear wells, it's open, right? And here it comes all in one piece. So yeah, the fine molds one is really cool. Have not yet built it yet. So this is a 48 scale Blue Impulse. This is the T4, Kawasaki T4 in 48 scale. And they've done a bunch of aftermarket parts to open up this stuff here. So I think it mentions somewhere here. Yeah, it used to be the Mitsubishi T2, and Hasegawa has a kit of that. I believe I actually sat in the cockpit of a Mitsubishi T2, I believe, and that was the old Impulse. So it was like the Sabre, which we saw before, was I think the first generation Blue Impulse. Then it was the Mitsubishi T2, and now it's the Kawasaki T4, right? And I did a video several years ago at the air show in Saitama Prefecture of the Blue Impulse. So here it's talking about those aftermarket parts there. Okay, so what else we got here? Challenge for the creation. Oh, 3D parts. Okay. So it looks like they've got a bunch of 3D parts. Oh, look at all those hoses. Oh, that's sexy. What is this? What are we building here? Oh, okay, I guess this is a T4, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Now, it does come with decals, but I mean, you can paint it like what they did here. Just mask the hell out of this thing, and that's how you can do that. So, oh, that was you don't need to see my partial credit card number. So, there you go. This is coming to the end. Oh, look, Area 88. I got this book. I have this book. Model Art made this as well. This came out in December, and I'll do a video of that as well. I've held off, and I'm going to do a video of that. So now we're at the end of this. So this shows you like other stuff that they've done here. So detail up, methods. This is like does a lot of 3D printing and such. This is about brush painting and easy builds, I guess. Kantan koryaku methods. Yeah, easy methods. And then we got Fukano. Tensai. Okay, so I guess it's like really doing like real genius modeling type of modeling techniques and such. So that is it. Alright, so that's it. So thanks for watching. And I do have more of these books, and I will be featuring those on my channel. I'm in the mood to do a lot of these type of videos. So thanks for watching. Bye.